Into the World Trade Center, and where are the terrorist attacks?
What is that, a part of some drill?
Ain't no drill back. How do you love your family and leave them to go to war? War! Every step we take is gonna be on a minefield from 100 different wars.
Odds are we're not all gonna make it out of this one.
Take that city. World Trade Center is just the beginning.
Assalamualaikum ma'am, I'm 22100707 Muhammad ASHRAFF bin ARIFFIN. I'll be talking about the synopsis of 12 Strong. So on 11 September 2001, Mitch Nelson, which is a captain of the US Army of the ODA 595, is about to move into a new house with his kid and his wife. And at first he volunteers himself to be the leader of the 595, but rejected. And in the end, he was accepted to be the leader of the team. On October 7, 2001, the team leaves their family and travels to Uzbekistan to defeat the Taliban. The team must join forces with the Afghanistan warlord, which is Dostum. Dostum is seeking to take the city in the northern Afghanistan while fighting Taliban leader Mullah Razan. Dostum makes a tactical miscalculation in one combat, resulting in multiple losses. And Dostum and Mitch Nelson a little argument, and in the end they reunited and continue to work together. With Dostum's leadership and manpower, as well as American air power, they win many battles and make major advance towards Mazar-e-Sharif. Nelson intends to continue working against Taliban with his American and the few Afghanistan fighters who remains with them after departure of Dostum. After 23 days of nearly non-stop warfare in Afghanistan, all 12 men of ODA 595 have returned home. The film concludes with the portrait of the real-life members of ODA 595 who were the inspiration for the 12 Strong.
Hello, Assalamualaikum ma'am. My name is EZOURA, 22100700. There are a few problems that occurred on the movie 12 Strong that I can identify using the analytical tools, which is the 5 whys. The problems start when there are a massive explosion ripping the World Trade Center founded by the Bin Laden. During the 9/11 attacks, there were 2,977 people were killed and 6,000 people were injured. So the 5 whys started with, why did the Captain Mitch Nelson and 11 men were sent to Afghanistan? So they were sent to Afghanistan to seek revenge on Al-Qaeda. So why did they want to take a revenge on Al-Qaeda? Al-Qaeda is an organization under Bin Laden. So they want to stop Al-Qaeda that has attacked the World Trade Center. Why did Al-Qaeda attack the World Trade Center? It is because the World Trade Center symbolized globalization and America's economic power. So why did Al-Qaeda want to threaten America's economic power? Because it will lead to fear by everyone in the country, and it also can weaken the United States standing in the world community. Why did Al-Qaeda want to weaken the United States in the world community? It is because they want to warn America what is yet to come. To prevent a bigger war from happening, the ODA 595 were sent to Afghanistan to fight alongside with Abdul Rashid Dostum, which is the alliance leader, the Northern Alliance leader. So, in order to win the war, they need to earn Dostum trust first, then only they can work together. Therefore, with a good leadership from the Captain Mitch Nelson and much experience from Dostum, they were able to secure victory against the Taliban group led by Mullah Razan. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Hi, my name is SARA ZAYANI with matrix number 22100718. Today I'll be presenting on my part, which is the strategies used in executing the mission in 12 Strong. First and foremost, what I have analyzed from the movie 12 Strong is that Captain Nelson and his troops are risk takers and they act decisively in making decisions. For instance, Captain Nelson said that his troops could make it through the conflict in 3 weeks rather than 6. This is because he had already considered everything, such as how the snow would influence his team's movement and slow down the progress in taking down the Taliban. He also confidently stated that lack of experience is not a disadvantage, and instead he notifies the top authority about his strategy and persuades them that his team can succeed. Next is by having a good sense of comradeship. For example, when Captain Nelson assisted Dostum in falling back and retreating to escape being slaughtered by the Taliban, since they were unaware that the Taliban had additional supply lines such as the tank before striking them. There's also this one scene that I analysed. Despite stating that he would not assist Captain Nelson after learning that General Atta would have the opportunity to lead the way to the main city, Dostum finally arrived with his forces to assist Captain Nelson's team in taking down the Taliban after a massive attack that happened that resulted to one of Captain Nelson's main injuries. The next strategy is by having a clear vision and a goal. At the earliest part of the movie, I noticed that Captain Nelson was given the bullet from the 9/11 attack as a spirit burner to use against the invaders of his country. And by that, Captain Nelson is able to keep focus on his objective, and as a result, he and his troops are able to achieve victory. Last but not least is by having high-spirited warriors. Captain Nelson and his men barely made it through fighting Taliban with only horses and a few other weapons that pale in comparison to the Taliban's tanks and super-sized weaponry like rockets. But thankfully, with their high spirit in winning and fighting for the country, it eventually led them to victory.
My name is Nellyssa Sofea, matrix number 22111024, and today I'll be explaining on the SWOT analysis of 12 strong. Moving on to the first point, which is the strength. General Dostum was born in Afghanistan. This is actually a plus point for Captain Nelson and his team since they are not from Afghanistan. So with the help of someone who is originally from there, they could have a better guide on the inside and outs of Afghanistan. Next is weakness. Captain Nelson has no experience in war and he has less manpower. So Captain Nelson actually has no combat experience and has never been to war. Moreover, his team only consists of 12 people, so this is actually questionable for him and his team to win the war. Moving on to the third point, which is the opportunity. So General Dostum actually has his own troop of soldiers and also his own transportation. Since Captain Nelson and his team only consist of 12 people with no transportation, these are actually beneficial to them since they can use the extra help, and also it's easier for them to travel to Mazar-e-Sharif. Last but not least is the threat. Mullah Razan, the Taliban leader, is the biggest threat to both of them. Since Mullah Razan rules local communities, both of them have to defeat Mullah Razan in order for them to win against the Taliban. Moreover, the Taliban's war equipments are much better since they have cannons, tanks, and also supply lines. Meanwhile, Captain Nelson and General Dostum's team only have horses and also handguns.
I'm 2210702, KESHWEEN SINGH, and now I'll be talking about the conclusion. The American soldiers ODA 595 defeated the Taliban fighters they were up against by sending 12 soldiers to Afghanistan, and by the help of Dostum and his army, they managed to defeat the Taliban. Next, the last time anyone checked, the Taliban hasn't exactly left the place. They might shifted to other states, but till now, we all can see that the Taliban is still active in terrorism. Moreover, Dostum gave Nelson his prized riding crop. By those who doesn't know what is riding crop basically a short, flexible whip with a loop for the hand. It basically used for riding horses. Dostum says to Nelson that he will always consider Nelson as a brother and a truly fighter, because Nelson and his troops managed to save Afghanistan from the attack of the Taliban. Last but not the least, all of the 12 soldiers came back to USA safely as promised by Nelson.